Hi everyone, it's MaryAnn the PenguinGirl, and this week I would like to share some of the things that I've learned about working in a series. So about 2.5 years ago, I started drawing out some of these relationships that I had with different guys during that point in time. And it wasn't really something that I consciously thought about. It was just, oh, something happened and I wanted to express it. And I even used my Penguin Girl character as a way to explore some of these ideas. But it was not very consistent because I finished these 6 paintings in like 2.5 years. So things started to change when I went to Siem Reap early this year, and then I met this guy and we spent the whole night talking. And in the conversation, he pointed out something to me. He was like, I noticed you talk a lot about your love life and your romantic history. And I started thinking, oh my god, like that's so true, like am I like obsessed with this or something? So I went on a 10-day like sort of like a silent retreat kind of thing. And I found that in that silence, when you spend all that time with yourself and no distractions, no phone, no books, no writing materials, it becomes really apparent to me what it is that I obsess about. And it's true, I obsess about romance, love, and like, will I ever find the one? And I keep going over my own romantic history, trying to extract the lessons from it, trying to see the patterns that are there, and trying to figure out like, what is it that stops me from having the love that I desire? And so that's when I decided, okay, maybe it's time to actually work this out in my artwork and create a series around all of these stories. And I realized it was something I had been thinking about for like 2.5 years now. I just never actually took the steps to make something happen with it. And I thought, okay, well, now's the time. So one of the things that I learned is that you have to be consistent. You need to create a time every day to just work on this one series and give it a title of something so that you have an idea of what this theme is going to be about. And because it's a new series, it's very normal to not know how it's going to turn out, to not know how the ideas are going to pan out. And the whole point is to keep drawing and to keep creating and to keep working on it. So what happened was, the more I worked on this series, the more it started to evolve, and then I kind of got stuck. And so I kind of got stuck and started to want to work on something else, but that was where something happened, and it resulted in this piece that you're about to see. So when I first started on this series, I called it the Heartbreak Tales just because I wanted it to sound cool. What happened in the end was, when I got stuck, I realized that it was too limiting, because when you talk about heartbreak's kind of sad, negative, things not working out, and it's a little bit limiting when you're just starting to explore something new. So I took a step back. I learned not to get too attached to the title that I had come up with, because titles are something that you can always change later on. But what's more important is how do you accommodate the flow of your creativity such that the evolution of your series isn't constricted or isn't hampered by an attachment to the idea that you originally started with. So I started to call them love stories instead, because it was more all-encompassing and yet still specific enough in the direction that I wanted to explore. So that was how this particular piece came about, because instead of the clothed figures that you've seen earlier, or where the guys had more distinguishing characteristics, the guy and the girl in the picture become more similar. So in a sense, and then because they're not clothed, they don't have any like specific identity. And in that sense, it becomes universal, and at the same time the work is still personal, because it is based on real life people that I was in a relationship with. But interestingly, this piece isn't exactly a heartbreak piece. This one's actually called At First Sight, and it's about how two worlds kind of meet for the first time, where you look across the room, or in this case across the galaxy, and you see like this cute person on the other side or on their planet, and how these two worlds start to form a connection. And so that's more of like a love story rather than a heartbreak tale. So basically, when you're working in a series, first of all is that, whatever it is that you have already been thinking about exploring, and it keeps coming back to you over and over again, whatever it is that you obsess about, that's great material to turn into a series of art. The other thing also is to set the intention to explore this series fully, which means, having consistent effort and energy that you put into evolving and working out and exploring this series. And that can only happen when you actually put in the time and effort to really work on it. So I would recommend like setting a time frame to further evolve the series that you want to work on. And then the next thing, of course, is don't limit yourself. If you find the topic too limiting, just take a step back and get a bigger picture so that a new angle can appear. My shop is now open. You can find these works in my shop. And thank you for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel for more art videos every Wednesday. And for my latest updates, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I'll see you next week. Bye!